What's going on, everybody? You're listening to 91.3 FM WTSR at the College of New Jersey, and this is the weekly Smash Wrap. We bring you stories from underground world of Smash Ultimate here at TCNJ throughout New Jersey and the world. I'm Oscar Wild Fan 69, and this is
Casey was knowing we are here once again with another episode of the weekly Smash Wrap. Who would have thought? Right?
Another week, another dollar that we don't get paid.
And you know what I'm about to say? Who would have
say?
thought it's going to be another very special episode?
Yes!
I really need to I really need to mix up these intros. But
Oh my God!
we have a recurring guest.
A special episode. We do have a recurring guest.
Yes, we do
Continue.
have we have a recurring guest, someone who was here last season and had a great conversation with us and just has been such a crucial part of this community that it felt like a no-brainer for him to come back onto this podcast.
Oh, absolutely.
And of course, I'm talking about none other than sort of a tournament organizer as well as a content creator, amazing player at both Street Fighter and Super Smash Bros.
A jack of many trades, perhaps all of them.
Yes, sir, and a master of all of them, to be honest. I'm talking about Epoqua. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, guys.
How you doing today?
It's good to be back. I'm doing very well. Thank you.
Awesome.
As we just mentioned, you are a very multi-talented individual. You do engineering. First of all, last time we checked in with you, you were, the number one Wonder Woman in Multiverses before that sadly imploded.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
R.I.P. I still play that game on Parsec sometimes just because I miss
Seriously?
it. Yeah.
On Parsec, what's Parsec? Is that
That's
like an
real.
online emulator or like a Wayback thing for online games?
It's just you can connect two computers together, and you could choose who's the host, and it's basically like playing.
It's
offline.
like the game. It's like when you could connect the Game Boys together with the wires to trade Pokemon.
Yeah,
back
yeah,
in the
yeah.
day, it's like that, but with computers.
Oh, it's kind of like DS Download from back in the day.
Yeah.
Like when I would play Lego Batman with my one friend from down the street on my DS.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty cool. That's very cool. But it's been a while since we've talked to you, so you unfortunately do not play Multiverses anymore for obvious reasons, except on Parsec.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you got into a NASA engineering program to build rockets?
Yeah. So
Are we going to the moon?
so the rocket sport's not accurate, but I'll explain. But I'll explain. So we have to pick a senior project as just a part of being a senior as an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
And usually the engineering department gives a list of projects, and the students have to like sign up for one, do an interview with the advisor, and like submit like all the grades they gotten and whatnot. And then when the semester starts, they get picked on one.
Yes, sir.
Now, some of these projects are legacy ones, meaning they keep going on year after year, and the NASA project is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So my study group and we all decided to apply for it together, and we all got in. So
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
yeah, so-
Congratulations, man.
thank you. Yeah, so we're all doing the NASA stuff now. We're not doing any rockets. We are on the moon, though.
What?
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, so what we're doing is we are designing transfer lines between different surface assets on the moon. And what that
Okay.
means is that in order for NASA to have longer space missions,
Yeah.
they need more resources such as like water, fuel, oxygen, and waste that they refilter back into consumable water.
Okay.
And this transfer line will allow us to transfer these resources between infrastructure, rovers, life support systems on the International Space Station. And
Wow.
through that, we want to like advance the space missions that NASA goes on to.
Dang. It's intense.
That's very cool. When you said transfer lines, I was thinking like trains on the moon. But are you saying these things are going to be like in the rockets, or not the rockets because there are no rockets involved?
This dude loves rockets.
I hate my stupid Chungus life.
wait till he finds out what basketball team plays in Houston.
Don't tell me. I don't know anything about basketball. The only thing I know about basketball is that a Harlem Wizards player from the losing team came to my school one time, and that is the extent of my relationship with basketball.
Like the Globetrotter? Like
Yeah, like the
Okay.
the team that always loses to the Globetrotters. and he came in and lost a 1v1 to an 8th grader. But that is very interesting about the Rockets. Or are these going to be like on the surface, the Rockets? I keep saying they're not Rockets! NASA! NASA does more than rockets!
It's been a long day for all of us.
I'm just over here like, rockets, space.
So, Epoqua, how has it been sort of balancing, obviously, that big senior project with NASA, balancing that with playing Smash, playing Street Fighter, and doing all these different things that you do?
Well, in terms of schoolwork, it's not the most difficult because I'm in charge of running simulations on our design. So when I run the simulation, just the computer goes for a couple hours, so I can do homework in between that time. While
The Rockets run themselves.
No, it's really funny. It's okay.
AI haters when the Rockets run themselves. You could be like Connor at the New Res desk, like doing homework while the Rockets run themselves. When you think about it, we could have a tournament in the New Res basement while the Rocket simulation.
This is a great idea. 10 out of 10.
NASA should get onto that.
Chris Womp Womp, we need you. Give him a position at NASA if you're interested now. But on that note, so obviously you've been not as busy as we think you are, but still, how do you feel about your season balancing all that?
Season balancing?
At balancing like your NASA, not internship, but your project with like your placements at Ryder and TCNJ. I know, for example, you finally got a top 8 at a TCNJ.
Yeah, it was almost a 3-year curse that's finally been broken.
Mm-hmm.
And the only other time I ever placed top 8 was at the very first tournament I entered. Back when I was still a student at Mercer.
I remember that very distinctly. I remember hearing about it very distinctly in the legendary set you had against Steve Bro.
What do you think changed about this C Troop in particular? Did you do any like extra prep? Were you just going in with like a good mindset?
I think it was a combination of things. I think the first thing was that my grades have improved at that point of the semester, so I had that extra stress to not worry about.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the other thing is that I've been over at the dorm with you guys for a few times just playing Smash, and I think that extra practice mixed with C-Troop having a lower entry count, unfortunately, I think those aspects led me to finally breaking into the top 8 for a C-Troop.
Yeah. That's good, though. It's really not easy. I mean, I also, it had been a while when I had gotten top 8 for the first time in a long time at, one of the F troops last semester. It was, again, it took me a while to get back to that point. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel you on that regard. And I think it was really cool seeing you sort of make that nice little run to top 8. And you talked about practicing, with us. And admittedly, a lot of that practice is randubs. But any amount of practice helps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
I remember one time we were playing Mario Party, and we stopped playing to play randubs, and Brian was like, hey, when people ask if TCNJ Smash practices, we should send them us playing randubs. You've played Mario Party with us a couple times as a quick side tangent.
Yeah.
But, congratulations for getting that top 8 finally. You've also been playing really well in Street Fighter, too. I remember at that one Ryder tournament, you got, second or third to Victor Vaughn?
You're talking about this semester?
Yeah. I remember, I think I had gotten a few wins on you in the past couple tournaments, so you beat me, and then I think you beat Vaughn. And then I think you were in grand finals with Shineburst.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember which one that was, but yeah, I've been focusing more on Street Fighter because I think at this point, I think the game is more popular for in terms of the local scene.
Yeah.
And it's a game I'm passionate about right now just because of how popular it is and how into the game I am with my close peers. Especially with BJR, another fellow TCNJ player.
Mm-hmm.
We've carpooled to several tournaments this semester for Street Fighter, and it's always been a blast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Street Fighter is my main game for right now.
Yeah, and I want to talk to you really quick about Riot Esports Resort number 3. That was the tournament where you did end up getting second and making the grand finals against Shineburst. It was interesting seeing the sort of adaptations because in winter semifinals, you actually lost a really close Game 5 set to Victor Vaughn, but you make a loser's run. You run it back in the loser's finals against Victor Vaughn. You 3-0 him. So I was kind of curious about, like, what is that kind of adaptation like, whether it's more in-game adjustments or if it's mentality-based? Like, what is it like adapting in Street Fighter 6?
So a lot of it is just knowing the matchup, but against someone like Vaughn, we both know how to fight each other's characters. So it's less about fighting the character and more about fighting the person. I know at that tournament, Vaughn was trying out the newest character of Sea Viper, and he managed to take a game, I think, in the winners set with that character. So I had to think on how to adapt to that in the loser set.
Yeah.
But then after he switched to Kimberly, honestly, I'm studying his replays at home. On
we got
Street
the
Fighter.
intel.
Yeah, so for Street Fighter, they have a really in-depth replay system, and you can search your friends' profiles for replays. And I've been studying his replays against my main character, Jury, and I think at that time I was able to implement like the matchup knowledge that I learned, and I was able to beat him for it, along with knowing his habits as a player.
That's awesome. Please never watch my replays in Street Fighter.
Do not watch mine
You will see the worst gameplay you've ever seen in this game.
You got to gold pretty quickly, and you only have like 15 hours on the game, right? I think that's pretty good progress.
I'm in gold 4 or gold 5.
Noah, how many times do you do the Lily command grab per game?
Actually, that's not the main thing I match. The main thing I match is the whatever the burst option is that like makes her like charge right at you.
I don't know what it's called. I think it's Contour Spire or something like that. She does like the spinny move.
Yeah, normally I build one tailwind or whatever with the broken slashing it, like smacking attack with the dude. I don't even know how to describe like what Lily does, because what does she even carry?
She has like hockey sticks or something.
They're like hockey.
I
Like,
think
but
that's
like,
what they are.
But they're
really
like,
know.
but they're like, they're not like real hockey sticks. They're like prop hockey sticks,
She's
like
playing,
festive
like,
ones.
Field hockey in the street.
But that overhead swipe that she does, I build up a tailwind and then I just spam that into command grab. Because if they block and they don't jump, I just instantly command. And it's the best like noob trap.
That is the scrubbiest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
But it works. It works.
It got me a gold 5. Not much higher than that though.
Hey, and Headbutt got JD to gold, or like what, diamond, I think.
He placed a diamond from just doing headbutt.
And he still gets like top 8 every single like Ryder TCNJ Street Fighter tournament when he feels like entering, for some godforsaken reason. But oh god, what was I gonna say? I had something. But what do you think is your favorite person to fight against in the TCNJ/Ryder scene?
For Street Fighter, Smash, or just anything?
I think for Street Fighter, because you're more locked in with Street Fighter. I'm genuinely curious to hear what your answer is.
Well, immediately I think of Vaughn, but we've played 30 sets together at this point.
Yep.
Over the past year. But I think my sets with Kenny are my favorite because I don't play him a lot. And also when we do play, he plays Sagat, and I think that's a really fun matchup.
Yeah.
So I think that playing him is my favorite just because I don't play him that often.
That is very interesting, yeah. He plays a ridiculous amount of characters, Kenny does. But so you keep on playing Street Fighter, but then at one point you go the way of Krill Dog, as one might say. And you decide, it seemed to come almost out of nowhere. You announced on Discord one day Jersey Shore Slam idea you had. What brought that about?
Yeah, so it was an idea I had that had a lot of different motivations behind it. So, for long story short, a lot of the high schoolers from the Peaburg area like to come out to our tournaments now, and the way that they connected was just by fate from just Street Fighter matchmaking. They matched with Kenny, and then from there they got connected with the rest of us, and they started coming to our tournaments. But during the summer, I wanted to think of a way to A, try to grow my channel with some content creation, and B, like, integrate them into our community without them feeling intimidated at all or anything. So I thought that doing the Jersey Shore Slam would be the best way to accomplish that, plus raise some money for charity.
Yes, sir.
Ah, that's very interesting. It just came about by fate, you said, just like matching with Kenny on Street Fighter. And so you just like saw that opportunity and you were like, yes, I want to grow the TCNJ scene, and you get a little, side hustle, I guess, out of it with the content.
Yeah, exactly.
How much money did you end up raising for charity?
So we ended up raising $218 for the Trevor
Wow.
Project,
That's awesome.
which is a mental health organization.
Yes. No, it's that was really great. I remember you guys were really close to the goal at the end, and then me and BJR were like, "Oh yeah, we gotta lock in for this one."
We can't, we can't look like we don't care.
And
We gotta.
No, but it was great seeing you guys do it for a great cause, especially at such a crucial time of what's been going on right now. So I think that's really great. We have the Epotational coming up at the end of this year, if I'm not mistaken. That is going to be great. Is that also going to be for charity?
Yeah, I want to do St. Jude's for that one.
Nice.
And yeah, I also did that one because I enjoy content creation, and also because I wanted to try and boost our entries for the Sea Troops.
Yeah, add a little
Which-
more prestige.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm not sure if I succeeded at that, but I can say that there are a couple players that come to mind that are grinding for a spot in the Invitational right now.
Yeah.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, I know that. Specifically, two great guys, Menshu and TFJ. I know those two specifically have been grinding to get a spot in. So
Yeah.
Let me tell you why I want a spot in the Epotational. Because if the Pittsburgh? If the Pittsburgh players don't come to the next tournament, that leaves me and Sentinel. And if Sentinel gets into the Epotational over me,
We will never forgive ourselves.
I am genuinely going to crash out. I'm going to explode like a rocket.
Christmas will be ruined for everybody.
I'm not going to do this, but I would bring Yingling to the tournament function just in case I lose to JD. And with that is the segment. Thank you everybody for listening so far. We will be right back. What's going on, everybody? I hope you're enjoying the show. Real quick before we get back into it, I do want to remind you that if you want to follow the hosts on Twitter, you can find me at O_Buck_King. And you can find Casey on Blue Sky at Casey Noah. And if you'd like to listen to the show after it airs, you can find it on my YouTube channel. That'll be at my Twitter, O_Buck_King. Thank you so much for listening, and let's get back into it.
No! Not into the pit! It burns!
What's going on, everybody? We are back at the weekly Smash Rap 91.3 FM. We are talking to Epoqua, the head TO and founder of the Jersey Shore Slam and the Epotational. And we were just looking at the graphic for the upcoming Epotational, and we were hoping, I think, to make a few predictions based on what we see here. And I think I'll just go ahead real quick and read off who we have for Ultimate. We have Little Mac Main, Sentinel, Xavier, EO, Shineburst, Retired on Deck.
And that's currently it, correct?
Yeah, we have the winner of C Troop 7 due, and then C Troop 8.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, because I know we talked about how Menshu and TFJ have been hitting that grind to try and get a chance at being a part of the Epotational. And I think those are the two, I guess, heaviest contenders so far, but I think there's potential for some interesting options. I think one name that I want to throw out there, and this is something that we can transition to talking about a little bit later after the Epotational, is that if Future can come to TCNJ and have a good run, I mean, we might be talking about a new invite to the Epotational.
That would be very good for Future. AJ, what do you think?
I think A, that would be a good pick, and B, I could definitely see that happening. But there's other players that I think if they showed up have a good chance of qualifying. Like for example, I think if Crodall came to another one, he would have a good shot.
True.
And then we also have Gajasa and Wab, the two Diddy Kong players. I think they also have a good shot. So it could still be a lot of people.
Yeah, we do have an interesting mix here of like TCNJ players and players from outside.
Yeah.
I think Little Mac Main just being there is going to get this event like some good attention.
Yeah, because he's become a big name at this point, I would say.
Yeah. Not only for like just for his like playing, but also for just like his presence in the scene and like his tweeting about like I think he's making a map for New Jersey tournaments or something.
Yeah, he's picking up the torch that was once previously left off by, I forget who else was doing that before, but I know this kind of thing has been done in the past, and he's bringing it back from what I've heard, so that should be hype.
Have you guys have people just like long known about this? That there's like an NJ tournament map?
No, these are like fan made graphics that one of the guys would make. I'm trying to remember. It was one of the guys who would go to Stargate, and he was pretty well known in the scene. A few 2 years back. I cannot for the life of me remember, unfortunately, but Womp Womp Shout of the Week goes to that guy who would make the NJ tournament maps from back in the day.
We also have on here. It's cool we finally at least have like two actual TCNJ players.
Yeah.
Shineburst and Xavier, who coincidentally were like top 1 and 2 on like every PR, except Xavier would have been top 1 if he actually entered events.
Hey, whoop-de-doo. You know what I mean? I know. Do you think BJR has a chance if he ends up entering a TCNJ tournament?
He told me that it'd have to be like a miracle run for that to happen.
Yeah.
I think he's not giving himself enough credit, but he doesn't think he can do it.
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten very close, and he's also gotten quite far. Because at C-Troop 4, he got 4th place, remember beating none other than Gajasa, as well as beating Sophronas as well. And Brian, after having that big run, like he's had other good runs, but he also underperformed at the most recent C-Troop that he went to, C-Troop 6, where he got 9th and got upset by this guy right here. And also upset by Z-Foy.
He also lost to my Toon Link too, which I just find, I don't know, that feels good.
Because Owen stopped using projectiles with Toon Link, and it's very strange, and I don't understand why.
Well,
but if it's getting them wins, then it's getting them wins.
This might be before we go knee deep into Ryder, I think I want to quickly bring up a tangent from that night. Casca, who, first of all, Casca I think is from down south and would go to like Smash the Glass, Rowan's, I think most weeks. So she's like from that area.
Yeah.
But every once in a while she comes up for like the North Jersey stuff, just to show support for the scene and hang out with people.
Yeah.
And we had actually, her first set she'd ever played was against me, but like at a Rowan tournament, from which I'm now banned. It was the night where I came like an hour late to my set, did not have a controller, and did not pay the TO the $5, getting me banned from Rowan ostensibly for life. But I was still rocking the Toon Link back then. And I was really nervous when I played back then, so I played the most campy Toon Link of all time. Like, I think worse than Ice on Deck, no offense. And what happened was I'd won the set 2-0 against her Byleth, and I felt very good. And then, like, years now, literal years later, we play again, the Toon Link again, and she's like, yeah, I really studied for your campy Toon Link. Like, I'm ready for the projectiles, and I'm over here like...
Uh-oh.
How do I break the news to him, Scoob? And I don't think I threw a single projectile our set.
It's the does she know meme.
Does she know?
It's like those who know.
Those who don't, yeah. Oh my goodness.
But that was that. So long-winded aside, I think BGR's washed.
Yeah, I agree. To be honest, I mean, I went to the first time I actually traveled with BGR to go to a Street Fighter tournament. I just went to spectate, but first time I ever did this, he got like 17th out of the Iron Grid, and I was like, bro's washed, you know. And he lost, and you know who he lost to in losers? It was a Lily player.
Wait, was it actually?
Yeah, it was a Lily player, because Lily Geef is a difficult matchup for Geef.
Yeah, it's
And also for Marissa.
probably his worst matchup.
Yeah.
That is cosmically funny.
Yeah, no, it's very funny. But on the other hand, we also have the Street Fighter side of things where Shineburst, BJR, Victor Vaughn, Dijin, EO, and Cyril have all qualified. Very diverse character list of, you know, like the Sagat, the Geef, you know, Terry, Kimberly, Guile, and, you know, Jerry. Like, it's going to be very interesting.
The Terry really surprises me because, first of all, I don't think you see many Terrys at like high level or even like mid level besides literally Riddles.
Yeah, Terry's not a very popular character.
Like the only good Terry I think in like top level Street Fighter is Riddles, and it's like people make fun of him for it and say he's trying to be the main character because he's playing this mid DLC character at top level.
Yeah.
But Dijin, AJ, how good would you say Dijin is? Because we were yakking during the set, but Dijin quite literally destroyed my jury.
Well, he was a coach for Jersey Shore Slam, so he's pretty good. He got Grandmaster last season, so he's able to reach the 1700s. So he's pretty good.
And Grandmaster's like the highest you can possibly go in Street Fighter.
No, the highest you can go before top 500 is Ultimate Master. That's the rank that Brian is at.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of the P-Berg players, Dijin is the best one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting. I thought maybe I'm just a jury narcissist, but I thought it was Cyril. That's news to me. And so he normally gets like third or fourth at the at C Troop.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Interesting. So he's definitely a top contender then. 100%.
Yeah.
I know him and Brian had a very close 2-1 set where Brian was able to win one time.
Has Jinjin's never beaten Brian, right?
No, I mean, they've only played one set, from what I understand, in bracket history. It was Pennsylvania versus New Jersey 2025, and it was a 2-1 victory for BJR.
Yeah, but I think the gap between Dijin and Cyril is small because Cyril has beaten BJR, and Zangief Jury is not an easy matchup to win in. So
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
very true.
I was talking to some people, and I'm like, guys, I don't know how to seed this genuinely because everyone's so good. Like Street Fighter, I have an easier time seeding because that's my main game. But for Smash, it's like all of these players are or can be South Jersey PR if they wanted to.
Yeah.
I have no clue how to seed this.
Who do you think we could possibly qualify for the next C Troops for Street Fighter? Because I know Owen's going for it.
It depends on who goes. I think the answer's gonna change because there's a really good Dalsum player named Sark that wants to qualify, and he's
Yeah.
probably gonna get PR'd in the state. So if he goes, I'm confident he's gonna get in.
Yeah. It just depends on if he's able to make it or not. You have Sark. I mean, you have some of the regulars at C Troop.
Myself,
You have you.
Yeah.
yeah. If I qualify, I will play.
Okay, there we go.
Let's go.
That'll be fun. I know Owen again he really wants to come through and play.
Whether I get in, it all depends on whether I learn to air grab headbutt, I think.
Yeah. Is the Sasuke master
Yeah,
up
yeah.
there potentially?
Yeah, Kyrie. He has a chance to get in as well.
Yeah. 'Cause
But I think it depends on who goes.
yeah. We cannot by any chance let Sentinel into this invitational.
This is literally gonna
We
be
just
like
can't.
when we were watching Attack on Titan and like the Titans get through Wall Mario. Spoiler alert for episode 1. It's like you're in the business building and it's like the door opens and they're like, the Titans got through the business building. Well, there we go. This should be a very, very interesting event. I definitely look forward to it. Thank you again for hosting this. This sounds like a very good little community event, and I think definitely an integral thing for the Mercer County scene. It's cool too because we have a lot of small things like this, keeping our little pocket of the fighting game world alive.
Yep.
So right on. But moving on now, we have another local treasure, Rider University, and let me just say, Noah, did you watch the comms for this rider?
I don't know if I wish I did or if I wish I didn't because I was not able to make it.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to listen, but I heard through the grapevine that it was quite chaotic. A lot of discussions about Mr. Beast.
AJ, did you hear any of this?
Any of the commentary?
Yeah, it's just all a blur because there was a lot of it was a lot of Mr. Beast, there's a lot of Sigma, a lot of stuff I can't repeat.
Shout out to the FCC.
Because what happened was Julian kept asking me to commentate the whole time, even when he wasn't making me, but he was like asking me to. And so I was like, whatever, I'll get on comms. And then like there was just him on comms, so he asked me to come over, I think. And I kind of didn't want to. So I thought, whatever, I'll just yak about whatever I feel like. And I started talking about, I mentioned something about Mr. Beast and his supposed illicit affairs. That that didn't really happen as far as we know.
It's a joke, to be clear.
It's a joke. But the worst two people were sitting in the grand final seats to enable me.
Because Kenny and JD are playing in grand finals, just absolutely losing their minds over this commentary.
I think the contrast between the commentators there is really funny because Maximus, the Rider cable player, is actually pretty good at commentary. I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't know like he had that ll in him.
Like
and then you make that
yeah.
comparison to grand finals. It's night and day.
Just a downward trajectory. Utterly, because he was doing a great job. He was moving like TC and James.
True. Shout out TC and James.
Yeah, shout out. We miss you. We hope you, if you want to, we hope you come back to the TC and J tournaments.
We heart TC and James. I loved commentating with him at Queen 2024.
He brought, dude, he would be crazy on the mic if he got to go to King.
Please. I need that.
Please.
I would love to see that too.
But it was an interesting rider. I don't know how much time we have in this segment.
We have about 4 minutes.
Oh, we have 4 minutes? Okay, we got some good time, you know what I'm saying? Hope you guys are enjoying the podcast, whoever you're watching or listening this. We had a pretty big run from, again, a breakout rider rookie, that being Future, as I previously mentioned. He had a really good losers run in particular where he got a 3-0 win over Curdle 101.
Oh, yeah.
Which is quite a prominent name. One of the more prominent players to show up to these rider tournaments. I mean, he has a 56% win rate all time in over like 700 or 800 sets. Wow. So he is one of the elite players that have showed up to a rider tournament. Consistent Charlotte Smash winner as well.
Oh, so I'm guessing he's from that area then.
Yep.
And he came all the way up for Rider University. That was nice of him.
Yeah.
Shout out to Curdle 101.
I mean, even recently, looking at Curdle 101's recent runs, I mean, had won 2 straight Charlotte Smash tournaments, beating the likes of Dino Nuggies, Falco Joe, Jesse as well, and also Croy. He showed up to the Fusion Arcadian Halloween Edition and got a win over M&I. It was quite nice, and even took Ju Kane to Game 3 as well.
Wow.
So, I mean, you want to talk about
Yeah, that's good.
a very impressive and underrated player. I mean, you got to talk about Curl as being one of those slept on players in New Jersey, and Future got a win on him, 3-0 clean.
Oh my god! Wow. Let me see what the characters were if they're on.
He was Curl was going between his tried and true Diddy Kong, and then Game 3 went Mario because the Diddy Kong was not working out against the Villager. I will say that is notoriously a matchup that Diddy Kong, for some apparent reason, does really bad in. Like,
I think it's just being a zoner. Villager.
yeah, but he does well against almost all the different zoner characters except for like Villager and Isabelle.
That does make a lot of sense. Because like even like back when I was playing Wolf, just Blaster was like enough to like really like just derail Diddy Kong's game plan.
Yeah.
So to say nothing of like characters that have like such like a wide variety of projectiles. Like I'm sure Kajasa and Wob, for example, just have like the worst time of their lives fighting TFJ. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
It was cool seeing Future get to 4th place, though, only losing to Shineburst, who he was able to take a game off of. You know, it was Shineburst's Dark Pit, but, you know, a game is a game. And it also took EO to Game 3 as well.
I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out that it might just be because it's pure fundies, but I'm really crashing out that Shineburst got second with Dark Pit. What are we doing?
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that character.
Oh, he's a great
I'm
character.
jumping up and down in my seat right now.
So
Audio listeners, Epoqua is currently jumping
up and down at the thought of Dark Pit. Hooray! You said you mained both of the pits, like in Smash 4 and Brawl, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have any critiques of Kenny's Dark Pit?
No, his pit's better than mine. I got 0 critiques.
Real.
I saw you got a nice little 2-2 at Ryder, too. You beat, you lost a Future, me too. But you beat Sebi and Maximus. Those are good. And you had an unfortunate 0-2 against TCNJ. I mean, TCNJ.
TCN TFJ.
TCN TFJ. TCNJ, the president, Michael Bernstein, walking up to the podium and saying, "I'm TFJ." And then we all clap. And then, oh my god, the segment's over. Okay, wow, that went very fast. We're going to finish talking about Ryder next segment, then we're going to bring you some news about the flaming of RisterMice. We're going to talk about Sonic's does what? Win a major? God can't even believe his eyes right now. He didn't will this. And then finally, we will do a fun activity. We will be right back. Woo! What's going on, everybody? I hope you're enjoying the show. Real quick before we get back into it, I do just want to remind you that there will be a C-Troop tournament in the Business Building Room 105 this Friday at 5 p.m. Street Fighter will start at 5:30, Ultimate Singles at 6, and as for ranked events, there will be a B tier in Japan this week, as well as a C tier in Canada. If you're interested, you can check out those online. All brackets will be on Start GG, and with that, let's get back into the show. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Weekly Smash Rep. We just got done, or started rather, talking about Ryder University. We have a few interesting tidbits to go over, one of them being Grand Finals.
Yes. So it was very interesting seeing how Grand Finals went. I don't know if you watched it, AJ, Grand Finals between Shineburst and Sentinel.
Yeah.
You did? Nice. It was interesting because they were trading 3-0s against each other, but I think that Rob ended up locking in and taking that 3-0 win in true finals.
Yeah, JD does that whenever he runs into Kenny in bracket, which is a lot lately because I think they're like 1 and 2 for a lot of the tournaments they've been in recently.
Yeah.
JD will always try and go like either Piranha Plant or meme characters like Donkey Kong. He'll lose like dismally, and then he'll lock in with the Rob.
Yeah,
And-
I don't remember what game it was, but I remember Sentinel was at 118% and Shineburst was at 0. And he landed 1 reverse nair and 0 to deft him. And I just shook my head. This character.
That's like some Zamba stuff right there.
He's too good. I hate this guy so much. Kenny, because like literally when we were prepping for his Ganon run, I literally didn't win a game against his Ganon with Toon Link for 4 days. It's just unbelievable.
I saw some of the matches. They were crazy.
If you're looking at them, and we were like watching comms too. To make it even funnier, they weren't even really paying full attention to the game because
Yeah, they were just like losing their minds over the ridiculous
what was being said.
the beast mode commentary.
Yeah, they were both laughing the whole set.
We did also see, as per usual, we saw a 3-2 Hellmeyer Toilet Gaming, aka JD, taking it over EO. This is a very common story. Will EO ever start getting the run back against Sentinel? I think this might be like the 10th or so tournament in a row, or something crazy like that. It's been like a crazy long time since EO's beaten Sentinel. It always ends up in like a 3-2 or something.
But yeah, it's always very close. I mean, I can check the data right now. I mean, when it comes to Sentinel, he actually only recently was able to get a win against Sentinel. And that was actually all the way back in Bronx Barrel Blast number 11.
Wow.
Which is, if I'm not mistaken, back in April. So
that already feels like such a throwback.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Last April.
it was half a year ago. You know what I mean? Wow. But they've had EO is 6-21 all time against Sentinel, and it's interesting looking at some of the game counts. I mean, this set was very close, but the two sets before that Riot Esports Resort set, it was just 3-0 for JD.
3-0, 3-0, 3-0.
Yep.
And then oh my god, I feel like EO, but I'm the one playing EO, if that makes sense, because I lose every time to EO, and I play him like every week. So there we go. That's also 3-1 Curdle, which is again a very good win. And I think
you made top 8 as well. I was gonna say.
I did do that. Yes, I had an interesting run. I thought if I pull up the data here, load, because 3 people are on Super Major at once.
Yeah, we're crashing the website.
Moving like a fax machine out here. But I did beat Wob, which was a new thing for me. I haven't beaten Wob, I think, since Hyperspace died.
Hooray!
Yay! I feel so accomplished playing a projectile character, because I did use projectiles against Wob.
I would imagine.
And then I fought King Cooper. That was a 2-0 against his Doc. King Cooper, if you're interested, you should get coached by Menshu. I bet he would do it. You should stream Elite Doc coaching with Menshu.
That'll be fun. That'll be some content.
I would watch.
And then I did get 2 games off Future.
It was a Game 5 set. How did it go?
It was, so I did the first one without projectiles. And that went pretty good. And then I think I won 2 games without projectiles.
Yeah.
And then he locked in. And then he hit me with like bowling ball forward smash like 4 times in a row. So I'm like, okay, I really have to log in, because it would be so funny if I took this going the first 2 games with no projectiles, and it did not work whatsoever. I think he learned how to edge guard me very well. He learned how to get around Toon Link's admittedly very exploitable recovery with Villager down there.
Yeah.
And then he also just kind of learned to outspace my broken mashy dash attack, and that was my game plan, dash attack. So.
Yes, sir.
And
but you got 2 games out of him. You took him to Game 5, and that's very interesting. I think that's a cool sign of like a very nice set and a very nice improvement.
Thank you. Attack on Titan has been improving my Smash Ultimate play, I think.
Yep. How far are you into it now?
We're at like the beginning of season 4, and we've done it in like a week.
To be clear, Epoqua, I did the math yesterday. Over the past 7 days, Owen and Shineburst have watched 21 hours of Attack on Titan. So that is 3 hours every day they are watching Attack on Titan episodes.
That's a lot of commitment.
Yeah.
A reasonable amount, It's, God forbid someone takes 3 hours out of their day to enrich themselves with the brilliance of Attack on Titan.
I watched the first 6 or 7 episodes and got scarred, so.
It's like that end.
Nothing good happens nothing optimistic happens is what I mean. But the episodes are very good. In the first 6-7 episodes,
we watched the first episode of like season 4 last night, and it was so existentially bleak. And I woke up and I'm like, wow, I just feel terrible about my life having watched Attack on Titan. But with that has been taking up our time except Smash. So oddly enough, it's an interesting paradox when you think about the mind, how after not playing the game for a little while, Kenny and I have 2 impressive runs, I think, somewhat for us. So that's Rider University.
Yeah.
And now we have a very fun topic.
A very fun topic.
Which, actually, I'll leave it up to you. Where do you want to go? But I think it'd be very silly to talk about
RisterMice.
RisterMice.
I mean, I only caught wind of this recently. about. I mean, because I've known about RisterMice's content ever since he started, because it was really dominating the conversation on Smash Twitter. Are you familiar with RisterMice?
I don't watch his content, but I know who he is.
He does like what is the best and worst move for each of these characters.
Have you seen any of his videos?
I've seen like a couple.
What do you think of them as like a skilled content creator?
If the information was accurate, I'd say they'd be great videos. They're edited well, nice commentary. It's just that this man thinks that Sonic down air is the worst Sonic move. No, not at all.
People have made a very big deal about this. And to the point where it's almost becoming like a funny, like a humorous, self-fulfilling prophecy to just kind of dunk on his videos. And I feel bad, which is why I don't really participate or like condone it. But it's just so interesting seeing some of the commentary. First and foremost, he posted a video of what is Zelda's worst move in Smash Bros. Ultimate. Someone quote retweets with a picture of a wireless LAN adapter, which I thought was very funny. It got 8K likes, so shout out to @bacon_sandwich for again a banger tweet off. You know what I mean?
Wait, that's really, really funny. A wireless LAN adapter.
Yeah.
Because that's so true. What did RisterMice say Zelda's worst move was?
I mean, I can check.
I bet it wasn't correct.
Yo, chill.
No, but it's funny because like I don't feel bad because like I'm sure I obviously I harbor no ill will towards RisterMice. I feel compassion towards him as a sentient being, but like but his content is like rage bait. I'm being so for real.
This is a hit piece, dude.
No, it's so rage. It's rage. No, he's hilarious. He's a funny guy. I think he knows what he's doing. Like it's.
Oh,
good.
you think he's rage baiting?
No, I think he knows. I think he knows exactly what he's doing because his editing is very good. I just don't think he looked at the information to rage bait. Because when I was watching the one, no, it was literally he was like, "What do we do about Steve?" He has this lilt in this voice, like his stereotypically content creator voice, where he like drags out his sentences and talks like he's in a textbook. It's
like Burger King foot lettuce kind of voice.
Yeah, like Burger King foot lettuce. He's like, in this video, we're going to be talking about what Steve's worst move is. I'm going to present 3 opinions, or not what Steve's worst move is, how we're going to fix the Steve problem. I'm going to present 3 opposing viewpoints on how to solve it, and we'll see which one is best. And he spends the whole video just repeating himself, and half of the video is just his character icon moving.
What?
You know what I'm talking about? Like the Odd Ones Out videos. There's like the parts will interject.
Yeah.
That was like half the video, but it wasn't even like multiple like animated like poses. It was just his profile like popping up and down.
What?
And at first I'm like, this is rage bait, but then like the more I think about it, I'm like, this is like genius.
Is it a short or is it a full length video?
It's a full 21-minute video where he says the same 3 things like 87 times.
When did this come out?
This was like 6 months ago, I think.
Okay, let's look it up.
Because it's so funny. Like this is like the Norm Macdonald of like Smash Ultimate content creation.
Well, there's his tournament recaps, right?
I think I've seen one of those. Those are very good. Those are not rage bait.
There's is NA Smash back on top.
That one I found very informative.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find this one for me, Chief. I'm not gonna lie, because I have no idea. I don't watch RisterMice's content like that. I'm like, listen, do I disagree with a lot of what he's saying? Yes. Do I disagree with it like most of the time? Also, yes. But it's okay though. You know, like that's fine. You know, I can live with that. Like I personally am on the side where I'm like, I think, like, I get that the tweets are funny and people just want to get their tweets off, but like, I'm like, y'all gotta chill on, bro.
Yeah,
that's my
kind of
stance.
bullying, yeah.
Like and maybe like it just is. It comes with the territory, of him. You know, he once being a part of this major esports organization making this content, right? But
yeah,
at the end of the day, I'm like, do we have like. Because I remember he very infamously stated one time about a year or 2 ago that DK's worst move is down B.
You have to be kidding me.
No, this is real.
You don't think he deserves to get flamed for that?
I don't think that's right.
You don't think he asked for what came to him?
Yo, chill.
What?
He got that Kenny mentality of just the
Yeah.
gaslighting, you know.
I'm just being a hater. But wait, AJ, what were you gonna say?
What?
I think you were gonna say something. Did you?
No, I was just responding to
How interesting it is
the-
that DK's worst move is down B.
yeah, not even close.
Well, I'm glad one person is sane in this room because, like, Jesus Christ, how is it? I don't know. I can't find the video either. So maybe this is all misinformation.
Are you gaslighting, spreading misinformation?
I would.
Are
never
you
do that.
RisterMice?
Did I down air a Pikmin?
Yo. One of JD's premier bits lately is just is because Shuton, his very memorably back in Frostbite 2019 against Myron Game 5, he brought the Richter, and he down aired the Pikmin to recover back on the stage, and it's one of those legendary moments in Smash Ultimate history. JD
course.
started claiming that RisterMice was the one that did that.
No, because there's a clip on it of unless it's a deep fake. There's a short of him online down there the Pikmin to recover, and he starts screaming like, "Yes, yes! Where were you? Where were you when RisterMice down there to Pikmin to recover?"
Is this true?
This is true. This is very true. Unless my eyes deceive me.
Wait! I see the clip. I see the clip. Yeah.
Can you pull it up for the viewers at home?
I just pulled it up.
Jamie.
Should I play the audio?
We don't know if he curses.
Yeah. But yeah, it's here for the viewers. I am able to see it now. He just pops off of down there in a Pikmin, which, cool.
And with that, well, that's enough of that. What I was hoping this conversation would be is we would just like go through the news of like what happened to RisterMice and like discuss
What even
the
happened to
implications.
him?
But like, yeah, is he okay?
I don't know. Like, I don't know anything about this topic.
It was
so,
it was just such like a funny thing. It was just like random out of nowhere thing where like one day collectively we all decided we were gonna hate RisterMice, which I think is a
we?
No, not we as in us. I mean we as in collectively, but like not us in particular. I'm like that's a bit excessive.
Epoqua, what are your thoughts?
RisterMice.
He doesn't deserve the hate. He's just making gaming videos at the end of the day,
True.
Very true.
I think
Aren't
people are
we
taking it
all?
too seriously.
I 100% agree. I think we need to learn to embrace RisterMice with a wry smile because he is an undiscovered comedic genius.
Mm-hmm.
But with that strange topic out of the way, I did want to mention a few local and worldwide
How
happenings.
much time do we have left? It's just
We-
so much time
we
talking
have,
about
like-
Mr. Mice.
Just so absorbed by RisterMice. But we have 3 minutes left. First of all, I did want to mention that if you want to look at Sector X, Tweak did go to a Sector X recently, and he was playing Bayonetta.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. He was
That's new.
Yeah, very new. I wonder. I don't know if he has any plans to play Bayonetta in like a major tournament bracket, but he did lose a set to Houdini, the Yoshi.
That's crazy.
So shout out to Houdini for that.
Womp womp shout of the week, man. Houdini, legendary Yoshi player here in South Jersey.
That really is like a huge homegrown W because Houdini's been at it for a long time. Attends a lot. That must have felt very good
Yeah.
beating Tweak, even if it was his Bayo. But then we also have the results of Port Priority 9. Finally.
Oh yeah. Did we talk about this last episode though? No, we did not.
We did not know because we were recording while Top 8 was happening.
Yes, and I was predicting that Carmelo had a very good chance of winning, and he got third. But it ended up actually going towards none other than Sonic's breaking the curse. Did you hear about this, Epoqua?
Yeah, I'm very happy he won. His second curse is finally over.
Yes.
As someone who's sought like top 8 place a certain top 8 placement vehemently, oh my god, I can't speak, vehemently for a certain amount of time. That must have been very cathartic to see Sonics get a major win because Lord knows that people have been dogging on him forever for this. He always got like the second place curse where he'd even talk on like Tweak Talks about how he would get like really nervous playing in grand finals and he wouldn't know what to do with himself. So it's good to see he became a true Zen master
Yes, sir.
and overcame his fear of second place.
No, it's great getting to see, and there were a lot of other big runs. I mean, Louis Money getting 5th place, Sir Alexander getting 7th. We saw Zomba in Grands as well. There was a lot of interesting results. I mean, Tori Guri with a big run to 5th place, getting the win over Shiny Mark, as well as beating Yeast.
The MK Leo Slayer himself.
Mm-hmm.
In retrospect, like, how do you feel about the... Actually, AJ, did you hear about the Yeast MK Leo win, like, right as it happened?
Not as it happens.
What was your... I'm curious, what was your reaction, like, to the reaction of Yeast beating MK Leo? Because I feel like, on one hand, there was, like, the New Jersey crowd, like, cheering on their hometown hero, but at the same time, people were just, like, exasperated, like... I can't believe this guy beat MK Leo.
I was in the exacerbated crowd.
Because it was like, you can imagine,
what
like,
factor is that?
Literally, like, 7.
That's a pretty big upset factor.
Wow.
And you can imagine the set, too, like, MK Leo being, like, pure fundies, and Yeast, meanwhile, up-tilting. And it became some beef on Twitter, too, like, yesterday. Something like Yeast and Zomba were... Yeast and Zomba were arguing about fundies. And, like, Zomba was like, yeah, I have, like, Mensa-level intellect at this game. Yeast is a masher. And Yeast was like, I agree. Like, you're 100% right. And then Zomba was like, Spargo's a masher, too. And then Spargo quote tweeted, I would beat you with random if I cared. And that is literally the segment. Wow.
Thank you so much for coming on, Epoqua. We had a great time talking to you.
And open your mind.